Welcome back. I'm here with special guest, Robert Miller.
Hello, hello.
So I call you the co-founder of, I'm looking for a knife. You stay there for a second.
Okay. I'll
Co-founder of PCG.
Yeah, that's right.
Is
Yep.
that the official title?
Yeah, sure. We'll run with that. Yeah.
What's the title? Operations
Guru.
Guru.
Yeah, operations manager, I guess, is attached to the co-founder, but
Awesome.
basically just Matt Rogers' business
Sidekick.
Partner. Yeah.
I just realized I had
Hero.
this. Did I have this up the whole way? I'm going to have to blur the whole thing now. That's all right.
Okay,
So I just want to do a quick mail day. Rob probably won't appreciate it,
No, I appreciate everything.
but this is one of the rarest items in Flesh and Blood. Nah, it's like, look, it's rare. I don't want to say it's the rarest, but most people haven't seen one.
Yeah, get me excited.
It's cool. It's very cool. I only just got it. I didn't have one. I've never seen one in real life. I'm talking it up a lot and I can't even get the box
Gotta get
open.
open.
Oh, you know what? Because that's not how it's sealed. It's just taped over the edges that you don't need to tape over. So, by sheer coincidence or luck, I live in the same suburb that Premier Card Grading are based in. So it's a good game store because they're the licensee, but it's literally right next to my house. So Rob's stuck here for what, a couple of months?
Yeah, until the NZ border opens up, basically.
This
So-
is not the package I was expecting.
Okay.
So this isn't as rare as the mat as I was talking it up, but that's fine. It's still quite a rare one.
Yeah. Looks
I'm,
nice.
I'm still waiting on the other one then. Let's see, what have we got here? Cold 4 potions. Some Go Bananas. You graded
Yes,
some
we
of these
did.
for me,
Yeah,
I
we did.
believe,
We did.
recently. Yeah,
We
I've got
did.
some more for you.
There you go.
So yeah, Rob's stuck here. He's waiting for the New Zealand stuff to quiet down so he can go home. He might even end up in the US first before New Zealand.
Maybe.
again.
You never know, eh?
But he's Matt Rogers' friend and business partner. And I'm like, do you play FAB? And he said no. So I'm
Oh,
like, ha,
sorry.
ha, ha, ha.
More of a Pokemon. Dragon Ball Superman.
So I thought I'd drag him in. So I submitted these cards. We obviously did the video, which you guys have seen. Rob was in the background. He doesn't work in Australia for PCG. He's here to help them set up.
That's
So
right.
we're letting, or he let, Jamie do the talking because it's Jamie's operation to run.
Then we'll
But
take
he
over.
is PCG. He's the guy with Matt Rogers. You set up Channel Fireball.
Yeah, you help them. Yeah, make sure they're all good. And
Yeah.
now that I was over there 2 weeks ago,
Mhm.
and I was over there for about 2.5 weeks, and
Yeah.
just done little tweaks, get them on the right path, and now they are, which
Yep.
is cool. So
So before we jump into my grading, because by the way, guys, there's like 4 of these large boxes, about 100 cards just waiting here. Let's talk a little bit about my submission. So I put these in before the video.
Yep.
I put them in the slow, so it took about a week or so to get them done. We looked at like 200-300 cards out of my big. These guys have seen the case with
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
cards, so they've seen most
a lot
of
of
these cards.
cards. Yeah.
Yeah, and we what I guess I got a little bit of special treatment because I got in just before they opened. Was I'm like, Rob, can you tell me what I shouldn't bother grading?
Yeah.
Now, of course, and we showed this in the video. Without the dark light and everything, we were eyeballing it, the same as
Yeah.
everyone else does. We pretty much just looked and said that looks like 2 corners a ding. Put it aside. I haven't seen the grades, but I've heard rumors that I did okay.
Yeah.
More than okay.
You're going really well. Yeah.
I just don't want it to look like it shouldn't, because you guys will know, and I can show you all the ungraded cards we didn't touch.
Yeah.
I graded everything alpha, and then we sort of picked out of Tails and Aria and stuff out of dozens and dozens of legendaries, the ones that looked pristine.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, people will buy those when they're not graded, and most of them are low cost, like low
Yeah.
priced cards, like $100.
Yeah.
So they weren't worth grading for me anyway if they were going to be low.
Yeah. Well, I done both Saints batch and your batch.
Yeah,
I
Saint
che-
Hung. Fabled Hunters, shout out Saint.
I checkpointed all of them.
Yeah.
Obviously, Saints one, we adjusted the scale
Yeah.
a little bit, and just kind of had to adjust some of the teachings and that in the States to kind of align to where we
Yeah.
wanted to be. But yeah, I guess compared to both of the batches, this batch was really clean.
Yeah.
And it seemed like a lot of it was from the same I don't know if it's the same cases.
Well,
because
for me it was.
Yeah.
We talked about this off camera too. So everything I just graded, I haven't bought, I opened.
Yeah.
I haven't graded any cards I bought.
Yeah.
I usually have very low faith in cards that I bought because people say they haven't played with them. Like these are still in their original plastic wrapping. That's usually a bad sign, not a good one, for grading purposes.
Yeah.
But no, people on this channel have seen every one of those cards pulled.
Yeah.
Especially the tunics. Those 2 tunics are like my tunics that
Yeah,
I've pulled.
yeah.
So it's kind of cool for me. This is very exciting for me. Guys, I haven't seen the grades. Like I said, I've heard rumors that they're good, but I didn't want to know. I also didn't even grade them on, I didn't check the tracking on the account to see the status. I was just asking you if they're ready or not.
Yeah, we kind of smashed it out for you. So
Yeah. Let's do box 1. There's 4. Guys, I'm going to try not to like slow roll this. This is my first time left to right, you said?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the bottom. Yeah, so if you just...
So these are the bottoms? Like what
the back, right?
That's fine. We'll see. It's a lot of slabs. Okay, Rudy Gemkeeper. Yeah, there's a few Gemkeepers.
There's a few of them.
So actually, also, you reslabbed a lot for me.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
So obviously you guys would have seen a lot of my... man, look at that grade. So these were what? PSA 9s, I believe.
So there was a few PSA 9s. There was one PSA 8. But it's quite interesting looking at those PSA cards because they fit really between the 10 and the 9. So obviously it was quite interesting to see that they...
Well, they don't have the scale.
That's right. They don't have the 9.5.
Either or. What was I disappointed with is I had 16 Rudies and I only sent my clean ones in.
Yeah. They were clean.
I kept 9 or 7 or something here. And you've graded all of them now, though.
That's right.
Actually, look, here we go. There's a 9. So this probably was the 8 or one of the 9s that was actually... See, look at that surface. Like this one clearly wasn't as clean as the others. Yeah. I was disappointed. But also, what I thought was, I'm all for supporting... Look, I don't want to ship stuff to the US again. Like, more than likely, I wasn't going to grade anymore.
Yeah.
But then having you guys so close, and I don't have to ship.
Yeah, that's right. And, like, for us, we know it's going to take time.
You don't know what this card is.
All I know is it looks really good.
A crazy brew is you play it and you roll a dice.
Oh, nice.
If you get, I believe it's 1 or 2, you lose 2 health. If it's 3 or 4, gain 2 health. But if you hit a 5 or 6, you get 2 resources, 2 action points, and you do 2 more damage on your attacks.
Oh, this is pretty big.
No one plays it.
Oh,
but it's like, brutes play it. Brutes are the dice roll.
See, Matt needs to teach me how to play. But
by the way, that's why he's here. So I told him, you drop off the slabs. We'll do a video with Matt Rogers' partner. I'm not against that. And then in the back, I'm going to pull out some Ira decks and teach him how to play.
Look, I've been a bit too busy lately trying to get everything set up.
Trying to finish these.
Yeah.
So you guys can see the color difference too, from a 9 to a 9.5. You got the gold. There is the treatment on the back too. They're thinking about maybe changing that. I told them, even though I unbox stuff, I don't care if my grade is visible on the back. Like if I can immediately tell it's a gold label. But some people might.
Yeah, we might consider...
There's another crazy brew.
Maybe removing the back border possibly to make it. But then again, what you're saying was true, for that. You'll notice it for 30 seconds and then for the life.
Yes.
Like,
Correct.
it's pretty important, so...
Quad 9.5. So some people might get upset that I actually graded these, but what I'll end up doing is all the 9s I'll crack and play with.
Yeah.
Because these aren't super expensive, but I thought they're rare enough that if there's a couple of 9.5s or a 10 or something, it's not worth playing with. Funnily enough, I have played with some of those.
Yeah.
They're probably the 9s.
Yeah, yeah.
Here we go. Go Bananas. This is a Kiwi card. You know that?
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
It's from Mighty Ape.
Yeah, Mighty Ape.
Yes,
yeah,
this
Mighty
was
Ape
their promo. Yes. Oh, you guys actually have it in. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's exactly the right designation. That's where it came from.
Yeah. Well, it's... Fab actually, their website does it really well with the promos, right?
Right, yes.
Yeah, so...
The population. Okay, here we go. First Legendary. Cold Foil.
Now, these are an interesting one because all of these Spellbound Creepers were...
pretty rough?
The same, yeah. Yeah, I don't think... And I don't want to disappoint you, but I don't think any of them got 9.5s.
No, look...
Just because all the same characters, like all the same stuff we were seeing across...
I'm not so emotionally invested in the grade. Again, I've pulled all of these, but at the end of the day, the point is, when I grade is I'm asking you what you think of the card.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
But
I didn't come in thinking any of my cards would or wouldn't get a certain grade. Like I also don't know.
Yeah, it's funny enough that they all were very like the same stuff that we were seeing across all of them.
Yes. See, I've got a few Ramparts.
Yeah, and I think it was the same with them as well.
Yep. I had a lot. I'll even pull them out because it's probably not worth doing every single one separate. There's a lot of 9. There we go. These are the cleaner Ramparts.
Yeah,
Let's have a look at these.
Yeah, so
9.5 basics. Did they both not the same grade? The corners and the centering,
yeah.
right?
Again, it's with
Edges,
FAB. They got the same sort of defects across multiple cards, eh?
I imagine that the speed the printing presses run at is a lot of the world's stock is printed in the span of a week of a certain card, more than likely.
Do you want to chuck back in there for you?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's put them back.
So
I'll go through and sort.
yeah, no, that's all right.
Well, you've seen my Pelican carry case. They'll end up in that in some form of order.
No, that's all right.
Yeah,
cheers.
so that's box 1 out of 4.
Yeah, I think all of these are just...
So guys, if you're curious about costing, this would have been $25 a card and 2 to 4 week turnaround, right?
So for bulk, it's 6 to 8 weeks. For standard,
6 to 8 weeks.
Standard, it's
35. Yeah.
2 to 4.
Yeah. Awesome.
There we go.
So
I'll tell you, they're all
slabs.
just packed.
This is fine. All right.
Yeah.
It's pornographic for some people.
Yeah.
Here we go. I don't show. So Tall Timmy, who you might have seen in some of my videos if you've caught any content, he's a local guy.
Yeah.
He wants a cold foil Raiden.
Oh, nice.
Now I can charge him extra.
There we go. PCG style too.
All right, there's a 9. He can have this one. There you go. Centering's, yeah, you can tell straight away, huh?
Yeah.
Look at how thick it is on the right. On the left, I mean. Ooh. These are like my favorite looking Fab
they
cards.
look pretty good actually. I really like some of the cold foils.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this one I bought.
Oh yeah.
To give you an idea. But
No,
it's like a
that's
$1,500 card, so it was worth, ooh, look at that. Quad 9.5.
Yeah, you got some.
This was recent. I pulled this in a video like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, as I said, you got some real clean cards, eh? Really clean.
Well, from what I can see, there's a mixture. But now that I'm looking at the crew, these are all like literally like 10 days ago. Some of them were opened, yeah. Well, that twinning blade I opened. The others, the Ramparts and stuff.
Yeah.
All that Tales of Aria stuff, they're a couple of months old now.
Yeah.
So also just me carrying the case around and stuff. So again, this is a dice roll card, except in Fab, you can play this against someone that rolls dice. If they roll a 6, you break your gloves, and then you force them to re-roll their dice.
Yeah.
Like, you know that crazy brew?
Yeah.
Someone plays one and rolls a 6, and you have that on in your equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you counter it.
Yeah, I need to get into this game, I tell you.
It's very good. Ooh.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are like, oh, where are their 10s? It's for Fab, they're so hard to actually...
Mate, everyone that plays Fab knows.
Yeah. We do have a lot of Pokemon 10s, with Jaguar Super 10s.
I think it's a different process too.
Yeah.
And what my take is, that's a quad 9.5. It's my best one, I think, so far. In the cold foils. I think cold foiling is part of the problem. If it's maybe double handled. Because see, a lot of the stuff I'm grading is a cold foil. And cold foils are not, maybe they're transported through a factory floor or something and get beat up a little bit more.
Yeah. So I mean, the generic stuff, what we've seen on some of these cards is obviously the corners, the front, on majority of them are just super clean, like nothing.
Yeah.
And it's usually on the back, and I think people know that, right? That majority of defects are visible on the back of Fab cards.
So I kept some of these common cold foils because they looked so clean, and see, they actually turned out quite well.
Some of the 9.5s, they just have little specks of whitening on the corners, which bumped it down to that 9.5.
These are like, I reckon I paid more for the grading than some of these cards are worth.
What was that, surface of 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Yeah. So there are 10 surfaces.
Yeah, there are.
But see, let me explain something to you because you probably don't know. This is from Monarch. See? MON?
Yeah.
That's the set it's from. Let me tell you, man, you haven't graded much Monarch because that set doesn't hold a lot of value. But looking at these, most of my Monarch cards are quite highly graded.
Yeah.
Right? That says something. Like, look at that. Surface 10. That's also from Monarch.
Yeah. So with the surface, we're not seeing... So some of the stuff we've seen is the like scraping that's very hard to see without it being angled and having like white light pointed at it. Some small scratches we've seen as well across a lot of these cards.
There's more Rudies.
Edges got a 10, which was nice. Sometimes some of the edges we've seen is like 2 edges of micro whitening.
Yes.
And that bumps it to a 9.
Talk to us, man. That's a good grade.
Yeah.
See, this probably would have been a PSA 10 if they graded it right. It seemed to me like they just looked at all my cards at the same time and they just gave them crap grades.
That was super close to being a 10.
Yeah, these are clean.
Yeah, they
No,
are.
my Rudies were clean, man. I bought 16 for a reason because I was hunting 110.
Yeah.
And to get none, I was like, that's a bit weird. And everyone's like, just wait a few months and resend it to PSA. I'm like, you know what? Like, just that shipping, waiting time, the cost, they really screw you on customs too, man. Like, they send the letter with the value of what they value the cards at.
Yeah.
Which is a bit silly. So talk to us about we talked a bit off camera about your card gaming. So you're at quad 9.5 too.
Yeah, it's
You
nice.
play Pokemon.
Yeah. Look, I've been to a couple of...
You're a rare breed then.
Oceanitas.
Because most people don't play it. Like, they collect it, right?
Well, I used to play back in the day, when it first, come out as a kid. So I think like anyone, we took a little bit of a break away from it. And I think that was during the Gold Star era.
Yes.
Which is a pretty vital era to miss, right?
Yeah.
If you know much about Pokemon.
No, I don't.
Okay. But yeah, like everyone, I think, we started getting back into it, and I think it was around Evolutions when, I got back into it.
Yeah.
Pokemon Go also helped.
Oh yeah, I got it, man.
A lot of people did.
Let me tell you guys something, right? Here, judge me, but it's fine. It's hilarious.
No judgment here.
I was on Tinder when Pokemon Go came
okay.
out.
Judgment started.
My Tinder profile picture was my Pokedex.
Oh.
And I met a lot of people, Rob. Let me tell you. I had some
yeah.
rare shit. I had like American friends log in and catch is it Taurus?
The
like the American one you could only catch in the US. Like I had that in Australia. Yeah. That was a fun time.
Yeah.
That's when you could like pay people to drive you around so you can catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was craziness. Ooh. See, people will remember me pulling this. It's the only one I've ever pulled. A rare card. And that's like a little bit of... It's just the...
Nah, it's because sometimes...
Yeah, it's inside the thing, yeah.
We kind of wipe the slabs down with stuff
now
as well.
This is a pricey card, man. This is a Arcane Rising. See how you can't... So something for you to... See how that has a red M?
Yeah.
That has no colour.
Nah, they changed.
That means it's old.
It. Yeah.
Yes. I've got a couple of these, actually. That's a cool grade to get on these. Again, people have seen me pull these.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I've bought one of these and I've pulled one. There you go. This is probably the one I bought.
Yeah.
I didn't... So, guys, I didn't go through, like, and label my cards or trying to remember what was what, right? Like, I regraded some stuff that I got from Beckett and then just went with it. I would rather PCG had the population report. Knowing Matt Rogers is big in FAB, I see the future being good.
Yeah, look, we've got a lot of exciting stuff popping up. I know the pop report's something we're working on.
Yeah.
10,000 cards.
Well, I tried to help.
Yeah.
So 1%. 1% is me.
Yeah. So I think once it gets to that 10,000, we should have it hopefully good to go. But we've got all the data stored.
So close for 9.5, huh?
Yeah, it was close.
Still 10 centering. Can't complain.
What are your corners? Yes, I think the back.
Yeah.
It might have been just a little bit
So
of
this is an alpha card.
Yeah,
this is from a $5,000 box.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I pulled that live. Here we go. My tunics. Yes, the centering's good. Yeah. I'm happy with these, like 9 quad, and then it's got the... These are very hard to get good. I've never seen a 9.5 in my life. They probably exist, but Saint probably has all of them, to be honest.
Now, look, these are all graded accurately. We really took our time making sure it was on point with the new standards. So, yeah, very happy with where the newsstands are at now.
See, it's funny because these commons get amazing grades on them.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe they were handled less. Like, I've made this comment to people before. I think if you're the factory printing the Fabled, maybe you're stressing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, if maybe your boss is like, you got it, like, these ones are very... And then people are maybe touching them or checking them or wiping them too much.
Yeah.
Well, the commons, which are cheaper, they seem to have less damage. This is...
Yeah, it's nice too.
So did we regrade a Shiana? I can't remember how many I gave you. Yeah, I think... Did you crack... Do you remember cracking a Beckett sleeve?
I think...
One of these, right?
Might have, yeah. We did crack one.
Because I had one of them was a 9 Beckett, I believe. Yeah. Similar grades.
Yeah, it wasn't 9.5, was it?
No, it was close, but it wasn't, yeah.
I think it might have been 0.5
But people have said, like, those guys have been... Oh, dude, really?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. These are all my alpha E-strikes. So see the pink? That's supposed to be red.
Yeah.
Dude, that's sick. Look at it. Man, you couldn't have just bumped that. Look at that. That could have been a quad 10.
Yeah, unfortunately it's the corners. They always get the FAB cards.
Alpha corners especially terrible. Man, these are sick. Look at that. So these are the foil ones are like $3,000. These are a couple of $100, but this is like a very, very strong card.
Yeah.
And actually a lot of people put these in their deck. So I thought, another 10.
Another one. So this is the third. This is the third FAB 10 at the moment. We've only done
I have
3.
2 of them.
You've got 2.
And you've told me, that's right, the other one's like a cold foil.
It is. I think it's a cold.
We'll need to wait for it looks like they're the ones.
Yeah.
So funnily enough, guys, like if you're aiming for quad 10s, like this tells me when I see a regular Majestic non-foil, it might have a better chance.
Yeah. Again, it's just, I think with these, it was just the corners, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this particular one, surface and
super
centering.
Close, yeah.
Dude, these are great though. Like I knew these were clean. Again, I've pulled all of them. I've never bought an alpha card. I always
and what our motto is like we grade what we see.
Yeah.
So if we see something, you know, it's
look
at their eye level, it is what it is. It's accurate grading.
There's no way you're like. Here's what I know for a fact. I can't say too much on camera because the set's not out, but I'll say enough. So I got a box early from LSS to open, right? The Flesh and Blood box. The Everfest box. You graded one of those cards for me.
Yep.
I gave it to him early because I had it early, and I'm like, hey, go for it. Trying to buy a gold foil one of these. Yeah, we've pulled it out. But the point is, like, I didn't break any rules. Like, I'm allowed to be in possession of it, right? I'm just not supposed to show people, but it's all got spoiled. And I'm like, you know what? These guys are a company. They're not going to go, like, give me a reason to sue them for confidentiality stuff. The point I'm making is this. I told Matt Rogers the grade I got on that card, and he's like, dude, I want that because I haven't seen one that clean yet.
Yeah.
Like, if the owner of the company would be interested in my card, like, he can't just walk in and say, boys, do this for me and expect a good grade. That's a really good sign. Like, why would the owner of the company care about my grade?
Yeah. Well, we have policies in place.
But he doesn't even grade his own card, is the point. He's got to trust.
We have policies in place where staff can't get their cards graded at the same office.
Jamie mentioned yesterday, like, he sends it to New Zealand.
Yeah, we send it to Aussie, and then US
last
can
one
send it
from
to
this
Oz,
box.
And,
Ooh. These are nice.
Yeah, again, a lot of these cards that were sent were super clean.
Well, most of those 9.5s are actually Monarch, right? I don't think a lot of people grade a lot of Monarch. The difference is, why would I send a $50 card to Beckett at $150, right? Well, with you, it's under $50 to grade it. It's $35. There's some logic in doing a $100 card at that price because you might get a bump on, like, a premium on that card.
I'll show you a screenshot I took actually.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, of I think one of our cards selling.
Oh yeah. What's this great library? Yep.
Yeah, pretty close too. I think that one may have better subgrades, but yeah, it's pretty close to this one down here. So I mean, it's a good sign, right?
So which one's yours?
The top one.
Oh, sorry, yours is the top one. Yeah.
Yeah,
no, look, it's
It's good seeing that, you know.
I personally have no intention of grading overseas. not the way it is.
Yeah.
Not with the rumors of stuff going missing or the shipping issues you can get and the customs. Right? If I can walk down the road, like I actually don't care if I get a premium. I get it authenticated. It's in a pop report. The pop report helps me prove it's rare.
Yeah.
And we go from there. But over time, you know what's funny is I need one of these for my deck.
Yeah.
It's fine. Beautiful card. So this is an alternate art. It's got the fox there on the left. That's not in most of the cards. It's quite rare.
Oh, nice.
Hence the graded.
Yeah. I do like the art, eh?
So these are a bit more rough. Fab has some of the best art, if not the best art of like modern TCGs.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, again, the same sort of stuff what we're seeing on, like, these are exactly the same across.
Yes.
It seems like it's like the sheets maybe, which is the same handling on.
Yeah. Again, I'm not too...
I think the ratio of what was in there was, I think, pretty good.
I know I thought about this on the last box, but it makes more sense to actually pull them out. And then put it... Well, it's alright. We'll be efficient at the end. Alright, Voltaire. So these are... I really wanted... So the caution, the fabled of this, I have a lot of quad 9/5s.
Oh, yeah.
In Beckett, and I was curious about like the cheaper cards, but see, they're not all of them are as clean as those fabled.
No.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, that is nice.
Beautiful cards.
Yeah.
And cold foiling is just so not in your face. Like no offense to Pokemon and Dragon Ball, but some of those cards are a little bit like in your face.
Dragon
you know
Ball
what I mean?
100%,
Yeah, for sure.
I actually
the
love
whole
that.
thing is
it's
like
foil.
No, listen, I love it, but not for like an adult game, fantasy, magic, swords.
Just
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Just it's different category, right?
I watch Dragon Ball. It's just not like the card game I'd play. Ooh, this is one of my favorite arts in the game. It's very vibrant.
That's a dope.
Like the minute I saw that, I contacted the artist. I got the full version. Man, that's a good grade.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this. This is playable. See, this is line equipment arms. It goes in the arm slot on your mat. You can have the slab out. I think you would have seen Matt at Nationals the other week playing with his slabs.
Yeah, we've got some stuff on the go, so...
Yeah, we won't mention it here, but I sort of talked to Matt and Rob about, like, I don't know how much I want to play with a slab with the grade so big, but if they had some sort of player version of an encapsulation and authentication where it was, like, smaller, maybe I could put it in a deck box, I'd buy that. Yeah. Maybe not even to get it graded, I might just pay them to make it bulletproof. Yeah. So if it falls over...
Well, for a company like us, we're here we can take risks, right? Compared to other established companies that have been in the game quite, a long time. So yeah, we will definitely, adjust where we need to adjust, and we're very community kind of driven. That's what we want our officers to look after as a community. So, boom, last one.
Last card. Look at that. So this is from that first box.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. So that's out of all of them the cleanest one.
Yeah,
got a 9/5. So
very cool. That's awesome. So, talk to me about Australian launch. How are we going on volume?
Yeah, good. Obviously, this was what our focus was at the start of the week. Yeah, but we're starting to see an influx of people coming on in for the drop-off. I think that's important.
Yeah. I so I took a card in, one, and paid the 80 just to get it same day.
Same day service.
Especially with the high-end, I think like a Fable cold foil, I don't know how much I'd want to leave it.
Yeah.
Even the tunics, but because I handed them to you personally kind of thing, but I wouldn't want to ship a $10,000 card.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, same day service, right? So it's in there for as little as possible.
You guys are pretty quick. It was 90 minutes for me. I guess it depends on how busy, but I think it's a 2-hour service, guys. So 2 hours, even if you drove in or flew in from somewhere, if for something else. Look,
it's just
you drop it off.
The easy access of it, right? Come on in, and I want everyone at the office to be friendly, right? Engaging. What I do is I talk to a lot of people that come in, in the NZ offices. But it's just a cool service, right?
Yeah.
Something different.
I'm happy. Service, obviously the focus should be the grades, right? But I don't look at cards and I don't have the experience grading thousands of cards to go, I think that's a 10.
Yeah.
Also, I told you this. I don't care if it, like a Beckett or PSA 9 is a PCG 5. Like, to me, that's irrelevant. Like, because you're comparing apples to oranges. You have a different process. You guys are very clear about having a different process.
Yeah.
So to me, I don't like look. What I'm interested in is where this compares to every other PCG card. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
So I don't care if my Quad 10 Beckett is a 9 for you, as long as every other 9 looks like mine. Yes. Yeah. And that's what we talked about. I know you guys like obviously changed some stuff in the US. You not changed, you adjusted, tweaked.
Yeah.
But feedback's important, guys. They regraded a lot of cards for free in the US, which is a reason why I thought 100% I'll try you guys. At least I know if there's a fuck up.
Yeah.
You guys are reachable. It's not, man, I've emailed Beckett. They don't respond.
Nah. Look, at the end of the day, you know, those grading companies have been around a long time.
Yes.
They've had a long time to finalise, to really critique their standard. And we're at that point now, I think, after a lot of community feedback where I think we're placed where we want to be placed.
Yeah.
Which is not too strict and not too lenient.
Yeah.
It's just that
well,
balance,
I mean, there's
right?
no Quad 10s, which is actually accurate with Fab, because it's hard, like, you can show me why.
Yeah.
You see some of these Pokemon cards, they're clean.
Oh,
like,
we've
or
given out
Dragon
tens.
Ball,
I don't know. That's a thing that people have been saying is, you know, do they get the, you know, we don't hand out tens.
Yeah.
Whatever the card gets graded is what.
Yeah.
It's because it's an accurate reflection of the card.
Yeah.
But we do give out tens.
Well,
Pokemon,
I mean, I've got 2 in there that aren't quads. They were close.
Yeah.
I've got to look at that and then see maybe about looking at the market and trying to buy some more.
Yeah.
Or open some more of those specific cards that look. So I think the only Quad 10 Beckett is a Drone of Brutality or something, which is like not a expensive card.
Yeah.
But maybe that's maybe where some of these gems are hidden, is the cards that aren't super rare ones necessarily.
Yeah. Probably more reason to get a slab with a company like us, right?
Well, for the lower cost, for sure too. But that's something I might look at doing, like a bulk sub of commons and rares.
Yeah.
Like I can do, like you guys saw, the ones we got are alpha majestics and unfoiled. Maybe it's the foiling that's part of the damage for surface and stuff. Like you know, foiling's a surface, right?
Yeah.
What the card stock might be perfect.
Yeah.
Right? Because you gave me a 10 surface. Maybe the foiling has a dent in it. And obviously you have to grade the card.
Yeah, well, for instance, over your stock, it wasn't actually the scratches or any of the marks of what we've seen. It weren't on the foil. It was on different parts of the card.
Sure, and the back, right?
The back,
which doesn't have foil,
Yeah.
It's interesting that my E-Strike's graded so well. I'm going to go hunt down some... Because they're not a super expensive card. Like, they're not cheap.
Yeah.
But that's, like, you could go buy 10 of them and grade them.
Yeah. And again, it's quite easy when you actually put that card up compared to one that's like a 9.5. And you can clearly see... Yeah, because, I mean, what you really should be doing is pre-looking at them is putting a card on a black background, like we had obviously in the grading room, having a highlight and really angling it and really having a good look.
So you guys would have heard the audio of that, because I actually cut, because we were showing too much of the background, like the grading stuff or the guidelines, which we shouldn't show. But basically they have like a matte black. So basically if you had a matte black, actually, it might not be a bad idea for you guys to sell PCG plain mats that are just black for like pre-grading checks. Because what he's saying is if you put a card, I won't, here's
like
a
even
raw,
against a black box, that little black
here's
box.
a raw card. Like if it was on a black surface, certain things show up. But then they do their centering on a white one so that you see the black border.
That's right.
Now imagine if a card had a white border, you'd probably do it different. It's
reverse,
It's important when you're looking at it, and the lighting. Like my lighting in here is okay. It's pretty crap at the moment actually, or whatever. But it's not sunlight, and it's not yellow, and it's not white, and you guys use both.
Yeah. Look, it's important to use both lights too, because for instance the white lights pick up a lot of the surface, but sometimes miss the printing lines, and then you miss it, and then we look at it from another different light, sometimes in the checkpoint, sometimes in the grading. And that's where the lines pop up.
And that's a simple answer to maybe why different companies give different grades.
Yep.
Because if your standard is, guys, we use a white light.
Yep.
And you're not flicking, because some companies, from what I understand, are like seconds for grades, not minutes.
Yep.
Then maybe you're not switching lights. Like maybe you got the right background, the right tools, calipers, that's all standard.
Yeah.
But maybe they're not going from light to dark.
Yeah.
I can't imagine a room with like 100 people grading in cubicles is necessarily like a dark room either.
Yeah. But the yellow and white light, you do see different stuff.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's like, I think Saint brings it up in videos. It's worth like people listening and watching to figure that out. Guys, I'm going to go teach Rob how to play Fab.
Yeah, let's do it.
Even though I barely know how to play Fab, he's going to have to learn some basics. But guys, if you're keen grading with them, they're in Parramatta in Sydney and the US and New Zealand.
Yep.
Hopefully this video doesn't come across as me trying to sell. Like, I wanted to encapsulate my cards. I wanted to authenticate them. They're much less prone to damage now. And if I'm going to sell any, I like that they're encapsulated, right? Okay. The grade itself, the premium, to me, is still going to be when we see a pop report.
That's right.
Because I need to be able to go, I'm in the top 1% for that E-strike. But then if all E-strikes, then it's not even. So the grade to me right now is not relevant.
No.
Because I'm not comparing to, I don't know enough to compare to like a Beckett or a PSA. I'm more interested in where do I sit.
That's right.
And I believe you guys will probably end up with a big chunk of Fab cards out of that 10,000 because of who you guys are. So
yeah. That's I guess it's a main important thing though, right?
Yeah.
Is that yes, we can be compared to BGS with the subgrades. Yes, we do have the elements of PSA.
But you're neither.
Yeah, we neither. We slot it in the middle for a reason because I think that's where we should slot in. But at the end of the day, it's going to take time for us to grow both the amount of cards we're seeing, to grow the value. But give us time. We'll hit that top 5 spot.
Well, guys, also technically, if you give them grades, they're more likely to have a pop report sooner. Like the more grading you do, the more accurate the pop report and where your card sits, like in the PCG sphere anyway.
Yeah.
And Saint's done enough. I think when this eventually happens, Saint has a few that he'll go back and go, that used to be a 9.
Yeah.
Like he's comparing. Yeah. And there'll be plenty of people that are for Pokemon and other games, I'm sure. Anyway, thanks for your time, bud.
No, it's excellent.
Let's grab some food and play some Fab.
Let's do it.
See you guys soon.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for watching Fluke Box. Please subscribe for more content.